The story begins in Osaka, Japan, where 3 Yakuza members kneel before their boss, 3 knives placed in front of them. He was ready to kill them, but offers a second chance. If they cut off one of their fingers, they live. 2 of them go through with it and survive. The 3rd can't bring himself to do it. The boss chops his head off right there. The surviving 2 are ordered to head to a small town in Minnesota called Normal. The scene shifts 3 weeks later to Normal, where a man named Ulysses arrives to take over as the interim sheriff. Like many small towns, it's half abandoned, though the people seem friendly enough. Ulysses is only here for 8 weeks, until the town elects a new permanent sheriff. His goal is simple: leave Normal exactly the way he found it. He notices that the town has raised $16.8 million to build a new town hall, an unusually large amount for a place this size. The moment he walks into the police station, he spots a man in the middle of a heated argument. Ulysses introduces himself as the interim sheriff. The man's complaint is that his neighbor keeps parking a tow truck in his driveway. Deputy Sheriff Blaine steps in to calm him down. Then he turns to Ulysses and tells him to keep the sheriff's badge warm for him. The previous sheriff, Anthony Gunderson, had died of acute hypothermia. Ulysses is stunned when he sees the town's armory. Massive explosives line the shelves. But he has no interest in digging too deep into anything here. He places a parking ticket on a car, but instead of writing a real fine, he simply scribbles, "Park better." Later, he walks into a local restaurant where the walls are covered with old guns. Ulysses asks if any of them are loaded. The owner says, "Wouldn't be much fun if they weren't, would it?" A strange dream keeps haunting Ulysses. One morning, he steps outside his room and sees what looks like red blood on the ground. It turns out to be red paint knocked over by a moose. A call brings him to a hardware store, where he settles a heated argument between the owner and a customer. As things calm down, he notices a cabinet with several heavy locks on it. Ulysses asks what's behind them. The owner tells him, "Stump removers." Before he can press further, the shopkeeper from next door pulls him into her store. She had ordered pink yarn, but they sent her mauve. Ulysses can't tell the difference. He's colorblind. He notices that this shopkeeper has a police scanner and a CB radio set up inside her shop. After that, he heads to the celebration of life at the former sheriff's house. The place is huge. Inside, his junior officer Mike hands him the former sheriff's star badge, admitting he nicked it off the corpse before they closed the casket. There, Ulysses meets the doctor who signed the former sheriff's death certificate. The doctor tells him that Deputy Blaine found the man frozen near the shore in his underwear at around 3 in the morning. He had a fishing rod in one hand and an auger in the other. Just then, the town mayor walks up. He asks Ulysses what he thinks of their little town. Then he adds that Ulysses could be a real sheriff for more than just a few weeks. He could build a whole new life here in Normal. He tells him to think it over. Through the window, Ulysses spots Blaine talking to a girl outside. Mike tells him that's Alex, the former sheriff's daughter. Later, at the restaurant, Ulysses gets to talking with a woman named Moira about the former sheriff. Moira works there as the bartender. The two share a lot of drinks. Ulysses opens up. He says he used to be a regular sheriff. He married his high school love. He was pretty proud of himself. Then one day, a girl whose father Ulysses knew came to him with a complaint about her dad. Ulysses didn't believe her. Not long after, the girl was standing over her father with a gun in her hand. Her dad was cursing her for what he'd done to her. Ulysses told her to put the gun down, but she shot her father anyway. Then she turned the gun on Ulysses and cursed him for not believing her. They both took a shot at each other. Ulysses had better aim. After that, something inside him went dark. His wife left him. He still calls her, but she never picks up. The next day, Ulysses spots a woman named Lori punching a vending machine. Her snack is stuck inside. She quickly hides her gun from him. Ulysses steps in and helps her get her stuff out. Her partner, standing nearby, sees Ulysses and freezes in place. That night, on his way back to the motel, Ulysses runs into Alex. She's living out of her van now. She's drinking bourbon. Ulysses climbs in and joins her. Alex has a gun on her too. He tells her, "I've seen your pictures in Gunderson's office." Then he asks her about the argument she had with Deputy Blaine. Alex says the mayor didn't want her to attend the memorial service. She tells him that this town used to know right from wrong before that mayor showed up, and she tried to make her dad see it. But her dad got stuck between her and the town, and it killed him. Ulysses takes the gun away from her. Alex hasn't slept in a long time, so he takes her to the safest place in town, the jail. The next morning he brings her breakfast. But then, an alarm suddenly blares through the police station. Something is going down at the town bank. 2 amateur robbers have stormed inside. The problem is, the bank only has $2,000 in cash. One of the robbers, Keith, barks, "Take me to the vault." The bank security guards turn out to be the same Yakuza members who cut off their own fingers back in Osaka. Just then, one of the customers starts having a heart attack. The robbers help him take his pills, but the man still can't catch his breath. Seizing the moment, one of the security guards quickly dials a number on his phone. A notification reaches the Yakuza boss that something is going down in Normal. The guards lunge at Keith. His partner Lori opens fire on them. In the chaos, a bullet grazes Keith. Outside the bank, Ulysses, Blaine, and Mike arrive on the scene. Mike spots Lori's dog outside and figures she's inside. He says, "I'm going in." But Blaine and Mike are both in full panic. They start talking among themselves about what to do about Ulysses. Then Blaine gets a phone call. Right after, as Ulysses walks toward the bank, Blaine opens fire on him. But the bullets only hit his vest. He fires back, and one of his rounds clips Blaine's ear. In the middle of the gunfire, Mike's stray shots end up killing the bank employees. Ulysses, Keith, and Lori dive for cover. Everyone else runs out of the bank. Lori looks at Ulysses and asks, "Why are these guys shooting at you instead of us?" Ulysses doesn't know. He turns to the bank manager, who starts talking about the vault. Inside the vault sits a massive pile of cash and gold. The bank manager tries to make a run for it. He pulls a gun out of his drawer, but he ends up shooting himself by mistake. Mike is now trying to sneak in through the back door. Ulysses fires at the door to keep him out. Ulysses turns to Lori and Keith and tells them, "They shot at me and you didn't. So now we're a team." He tells them to check the military crates stacked inside the bank. Ulysses himself picks up the bank's phone. On the other end, the mayor's voice comes through. "Son, I've got the whole town at my back." The entire 1890-strong population of Normal stands against Ulysses. The truth is, the money inside the vault belongs to the Yakuza. They can't ship all the money they make in America back to their home country. So they asked Normal to hold a portion of their illicit US profits. The whole town sold their soul for it. And anyone who stood against the plan was taken care of by the mayor. Now the mayor offers Ulysses a deal. Kill the 2 robbers and he gets to walk away alive. But inside the bank, Lori and Keith have found a grenade launcher inside one of those crates. Just then, a violent storm knocks out the power across the whole town. A grenade from the launcher flies straight at the mayor and blows him to pieces. Ulysses launches more grenades out into the street. Keith and Lori slip out of the bank and escape. That's when Joe enters the picture, the Yakuza member who survived Lori's shooting. The Yakuza boss can't get through to his men. So now he's heading to Normal himself. On the other side, Ulysses and his team dodge the town's cops and make it to the old lady's yarn shop. Her radio still works because it runs on batteries. But she pulls out a gun and opens fire on Ulysses too. Ulysses tells her to calm down. He says he doesn't want to hurt her. But the old lady doesn't stop. Lori fires back. They try to take her down without killing her. But Lori, in self-defense, ends up killing her by mistake. Meanwhile, the cops regroup inside an ice cream shop. They've got ammo stocked up here too. Joe is terrified that the Yakuza boss is going to come and wipe them all out. Blaine tells him that the storm has those guys stuck inside the town, so they can hunt them down and finish them off. On the other side, Ulysses patches Keith up with first aid. They plan to head to the police station and grab the snowplow to get out of Dodge. But the moment they step outside, a citizen opens fire on them. The rounds slam into Ulysses's vest. He tells Lori and Keith to keep moving ahead. Just then, the hardware store shopkeeper jumps Ulysses. The 2 lunge at each other with different tools. The shopkeeper overpowers him. He stands over Ulysses with an axe raised, but Ulysses sprays bug killer straight into his face. Then he drives a nail right into his eye. The shopkeeper stumbles toward the locked cabinet trying to open it, but gets killed before he can. Inside the cabinet are flares and sticks of dynamite. Elsewhere, a man is firing on Keith and Lori. The moment he stops to reload, Keith grabs a gold bar and attacks him with it. but the man overpowers both of them. Just then, a pole comes crashing down on him and he dies. The rest of the cops arrive on the scene. Keith and Lori take off. A flare lands near the cops and starts to explode. Mike picks one up and tries to put it out, saying, "I am a hero." But it explodes in his hand too, killing him. Ulysses rains the rest of the explosives down on the cops. Inside the police station, Keith and Lori are trying to start up the snowplow. That's when the station receptionist creeps up behind them with a gun. But Ulysses arrives in time and stops her from pulling the trigger. The receptionist gets tangled in a wire and falls. And then a vehicle drops down right on top of her. Ulysses tells Keith to take the snowplow and head for the hospital. He's not going with them. He's tired of running away now. The cops see the snowplow taking off, but they know it can't be Ulysses inside. Ulysses grabs guns from the police station's armory. That's when Moira attacks him. Ulysses throws his gun over to her. In return, she hands him a drink. Moira was in on all of it too. She tells him that as a bartender, she can spot a lie easily. And his whole story was a lie too. Ulysses comes clean. The girl didn't kill her father. He did, after he found out the truth. Ulysses figured it was justice. He asks her to tell her own truth now. Moira was the one who killed the former sheriff. The sheriff wanted out of the job and out of the town, all because of his kid. So Moira got him drunk and walked him out into the cold to freeze to death. But as she raises her gun at Ulysses, Alex grabs her from inside the jail cell and kills her. Now Alex is his new deputy. Alex pulls out in a bulletproof police van and drives right past the cops. Joe asks Blaine if they left anyone back at the bank. The bank is empty, and the vault is sitting wide open. Alex heads straight to the bank. Ulysses turns to Blaine and tells him, "My deputy is currently securing the contents of your vault." Alex rigs the entire vault with explosives. If Ulysses dies, it all goes boom. And then the Yakuza will kill each and every one of them. So Ulysses gives them a proposal. He tells them to tidy up the bank and make it look like an accident, like nothing bad ever happened. So when the Yakuza show up, their treasure will look untouched. They can say a car accident set off the alarm. Joe snaps back, "Why don't I just kill you right now?" Ulysses tells him that right now his boss will only see that he messed up. "So you make us look good and we'll make you look good. And you'll get to keep the rest of your fingers." Joe agrees. They all start cleaning up the mess. Around the same time, the Yakuza boss arrives in town. The moment he steps in, Blaine and Ulysses are there to welcome him. Blaine tells him the storm knocked out the internet and cell service. They act like Ulysses doesn't know anything in front of the Yakuza boss. At the bank vault, the Yakuza boss finds everything in perfect order. Blaine invites everyone over for a meal. They all sit down to eat at the restaurant. Blaine gives a speech about their friendship and their happy arrangement. But just then, a bottle pops open, setting off a chain of events. A shotgun goes off and blows the Yakuza boss's head off. A full-on fight breaks out between the Yakuza and the police force. Ulysses and Joe start fighting in the kitchen. Outside, Yakuza members and cops are dropping one by one. Alex survives while taking the Yakuza down. After a long brutal struggle inside, Ulysses finally kills Joe. Outside, along with Alex, Blaine has also survived. The three of them sit down together to eat some pie. Ulysses hands the sheriff's badge over to Blaine. A month later, his transfer comes through. He's heading to Texas as an interim sheriff. Alex is going with him as his deputy. So Normal Town is finally normal again. And with that, the story comes to an end.